She is so busy doing the Lord's will, and the Lord's using her greatly. I don't know what she's going to bring for us today, but we're going to receive her. And let everybody say, praise the Lord, Mother Holmes. And give her a hand.
Praise the Lord.
I want to thank and praise God for being here today, for being the God that He is. I want to thank the Lord for.
Yeah, I pray for Mother. Her voice is a little. We thank God that she's gave. I thank the Lord for my wife and all that she's doing here. You know, work whether she's in. We thank God that she was under the weather, but the Lord is still blessing her.
It seems as if the enemy just continues attacking, but that's all right. The Lord continues to give me strength to stand on my feet. I'm going to continue standing and moving forward for Jesus. I want to thank the Lord for, as I said, saving me in my youth and for keeping me down throughout the years. I thank the Lord for where He has placed me in my life. I want to thank the Lord for all of my trials, all of my tribulations. And we know that our trials come to make us strong. If we went through life with everything going just perfectly, we wouldn't excel to different levels that we thought maybe that we could never reach. So the things that come in your life, don't think hard of it. Just think that the Lord is building something. He's building character in me. He's building strength in me. And sometimes we ask the question, or maybe the question may be asked of us, do you really trust God? Do you really trust Him? And I remember a radio show that used to come on. It was a husband and wife team. I can't remember what their name was, but every time their slot on the radio came on, they asked the question, how much do you love God? And then the answer was, as much as we love His word. Mm-hmm. How much do we obey God? As much as we obey His word. Mm-hmm. How much do we trust God? As much as we trust His word. I'm going to read a very short story, and then I'll sit down and Pastor Holmes will bring the word. And this story speaks to that. How much do you really, really trust God? This story is called The Mountain Climber. And it reads, they tell a story of a mountain climber who desperately wanted to conquer the Everglades mountain. So he initiated his climb after years and years of preparation. But with this climb, he wanted to get all the glory for himself. So he opted to go up this mountain alone. So he started climbing and climbing and climbing. And it was becoming later in the day and he was losing daylight. He didn't prepare for camping. So instead of stopping on the side of the mountain, he continued on his journey. Soon it got dark and night fell with heaviness at a very high altitude. So at this point, his visibility was zero. Couldn't see anything around him. Everything was black. There was no moon. Even the stars in the sky, they were covered by the clouds. You can imagine yourself on the side of a mountain. Can't see anything. You're all alone. So as he was climbing at a ridge of about 100 meters from the top, the unthinkable happened. He slipped and he fell. Falling rapidly, he could only see blotches of darkness just passing him as he was going down and down and down. And suddenly he felt a terrible sensation of being sucked in by gravity. He kept falling, falling, falling. And in those anguishing moments, good and bad memories began to pass through his mind. these thoughts came, he felt a jolt in his body that almost tore him in half. Yes, like any good mountain climber, he had staked himself with a long rope tied to his waist. And in those moments of stillness, he was suspended in the air. And he had no other choice but to cry out, God, help me. Help me, God. And all of a sudden, he heard a deep voice coming from heaven. And it said, what do you want me to do? He said, save me, oh God. And the voice said, do you really think I can save you? Of course you can, you're God. And that voice said, then cut the rope that's holding you. There was another moment of silence and stillness. And the man just held tighter and tighter to the rope. The rescue team says that the next day, they found a frozen mountain climber hanging strongly to a rope, 2 feet